I wanted to talk this morning about commitment in terms of relationships. So back to person I talk about a lot, Jack, and in this case his wife Jill. Jack and Jill were just kind of going about their day, and once again got into another argument. And, and it wasn't particularly fun. It was they were both really frustrated by the argument, and it seemed like they were just spinning their wheels. And both of them were starting to wonder: is this all the relationship's going to be? And they had a choice. They could follow through with what we're thinking right then, or they could follow through with commitment. Well, so what can commitment look like in relationships? Um, so I think there's three parts that can be very helpful for commitment as it applies to a relationship. The first thing is a focus on long-term goals. That what we're going through right now needs to in some way connect to that big picture. When two people got into a long-term relationship with each other, where do they want things to go? What were the big life goals they wanted to accomplish together? Get back on that focus. Um, and if that's changed, that's fine. But just rework that and stay focused on the long-term goals for the relationship. That can be a huge help and a great starting point. After that, commitment can also help with a focus on right now. What can we be doing a little bit different for that long-term goal? So I don't know of anyone who gets into a relationship to be miserable. I think most people get into a relationship because they want to be happy, because it in some way is a positive thing for them. So even if that's a long-term goal, to be in a great, enjoyable relationship, fantastic. But how can this, even a difficult conversation, help the relationship be even better? And it's that focus on the long term and what can I do right now to help me get there, and commitment to that course of action that can be incredibly helpful and powerful. And so a third point is that commitment does not ignore problems in the relationship, but instead it's committed to the best the relationship can be. And so it addresses those problems, it addresses those difficulties in a way to find a resolution that will work for everyone. And in that way, the relationship um, can maintain that focus and that commitment on the long term goals and on what both people want. So back to Jack and Jill. As they're arguing again, and it's the 500th time it's the same argument, they realize that they're spinning their wheels and it's not getting them where they want. One of them ends up taking a step back and realizes, you know what, this approach isn't working. Let me try saying this in a little bit different way. Or, you know what, maybe I'm not understanding what Jill is saying. Maybe I need to dig around a little bit more and really understand what she's trying to tell me right now. And there's that commitment to good communication, that commitment to the relationship being excellent, and using right now this agreement of the same thing for the 400th time. Okay, how can that help me have this relationship be the best one possible? Turns those arguments, or can it really help turn those arguments into a very productive discussion that can really move that relationship forward? So commitment, again, focus on long-term goals, how right now can help in the long term, and to not ignore problems but work to find a positive resolution for everyone, can be a really powerful and effective way to move relationships forward and to keep them going in an excellent direction, especially when there seems to be recurring roadblocks.